Okay, welcome everyone to this webinar of My German University. My name is Tobias and I'll be the moderator of the webinar today. And so today we'll have two presentations on like a MBA program at ESB Business School. I'll be sharing my screen and give just a quick introduction to our agenda today and to My German University in general. So today we have with us Emma and Pia from ESB Business School, and they'll be introducing both the full-time and the part-time MBA at ESB Business School. And before I hand over to them, I will just say a few words about My German University. So My German University is the largest study finder, the largest database for English-speaking program or English taught programs at German universities. And as you can see in the slide, like you can use it to search for programs by filtering according to your interest with regard to subjects, also geography, whether you look for a bachelor or master program. Yeah, so you can just use it according to your needs and according to what you specifically look for. And beside the study finder, we have actually more than 200 articles about different topics regarding studying in Germany. This can be like connected to specific areas of study, but also like general topics like visa, like application processes, or generally life in Germany. So we host approximately 200 webinars per year, like a webinar like this one, and this can also have like different topics. So generally we also have subject webinars. So it's webinars on certain fields of studies where like several universities have the opportunity to present their programs. But similar to the articles, we also have like webinars on more general topics like visa, scholarships, and so on. And you can also find these articles on the My German University website. So My German University is a startup company founded in 2018, 2019. We are an international team, mainly based in Germany, all across Germany, actually, and we do counseling in several languages. Even though we don't do direct counseling or one-on-one counseling, but we counsel through the webinars, articles, and the study finder I just presented. So as I already mentioned in the beginning, today we have two programs presented. You can also find them, actually. You can find the profiles on our study finder. So it's the MBA Part-Time and Full-Time. You can see where ESB Business School is located in Germany, roughly. And on the profile, you can also find an info package for the two programs. But you don't have to worry about this now because I will actually share the info package link with you throughout the presentations by Emma and Pia.
Everybody, yeah. My name is, as Tobias said, my name is Emma, and I'm here today with my colleague Pia. And we both run the two MBA programs at ESB Business School, which is a faculty of Reutlingen University. So I'll start off by giving you some general information about ESB Business School, and then we'll move on to the various formats of our MBA, full-time and part-time. Okay, so accreditations and reputation. As you can see, ESB Business School and including our both two MBA programs are AACSB accredited. We also boast national accreditations, as you can see from the visual. Currently, Reutlingen University is ranked #1 in Germany. I won't go into too much detail about this. You can find this and all the ranking results on the web. What sets our MBA apart? Internationality, the practicality of our programs. We're very practice-oriented, very international in every sense. We're ranked #1 currently in Germany, as I said, AACSB and internationally accredited. We have a very strong alumni network considering the size of our business school, which is not that big, relatively. And all this being part of the public University of Reutlingen. We also have over 40 years experience of MBA, and as you can imagine, the MBA has changed over the years, but in its various formats, it has existed for over 40 years as part of Reutlingen University. So I mentioned the practical approach in all our programs. Just to highlight a few examples: practical teaching through project work, thesis and research, in collaboration with companies. This is really important to us as a business school. Study abroad is possible and in fact obligatory in most programs. We have experienced professors and industry experts from leadership roles in top international companies. So it's really quite hands-on when they come to us to teach. They're bringing a lot of practical examples in, case studies, and that sort of thing. What stands out perhaps is our over 50 corporate partners who offer regular guest lectures, top management lectures, excursions, workshops, joint project seminars, field trips, but most importantly are the 2 recruitment fairs a year at ESB. So, our corporate partners come to us twice a year in the business of recruiting our students or graduates, either for internship positions or graduate positions. And here's just a visual of our current corporate partners. So you can see all the names there. It speaks for itself. L'Oreal, Aldi, Coca-Cola, Amazon, 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥, Deutsche Bahn, Hugo Boss. Okay, so that brings us into our location. Where are we located in Germany? You've probably thought a lot about various institutions in Germany, but this is where we are located, very close to Stuttgart, right down in the south there, where the arrow is pointing. This is what people refer to as the industry powerhouse of Baden-Württemberg, so the Stuttgart area or close to Stuttgart. I've just highlighted a few of the companies that are scattered around the area. So you can see it's an optimal business location. Very close to Reutlingen is 10 minutes away is Hugo Boss, if you are interested in fashion. But mainly the automotive companies and the medium-sized companies are located closer to Stuttgart. We also have the various locations of Bosch, also have Bosch in Reutlingen and in the suburbs around Reutlingen. So a few pretty pictures to highlight what the area looks like the various times of year. Reutlingen city centre there on the far left, what we like to call the gateway to Reutlingen. The pretty coloured houses. We have the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Stuttgart, not just Mercedes, Porsche, all the different automotive museums you can go and visit if you're interested in that. The third picture along is the main street in Reutlingen, the Wilhelmstraße, with the pretty hanging baskets. This is what it typically looks like in spring and into summer. If you are interested in, walking and hiking, which most of our MBA students are, when they, certainly not before, if not before then, when they get here, you're in the optimal location for this. You know, we have the famous castles that you can go and visit, such as Hohenzollern, Liechtenstein, etc. We have the university town of Tübingen, which is 15-minute train ride away, often known as the Disneyland of Germany, with the pastel-coloured houses. Yeah, and not to forget the winter, you know, snow does arrive in Reutlingen at some point of the year, and you can get to enjoy that. And if not, then, you know, you're only 2 hours away from possible skiing resorts. So I'm just going to highlight the MBA full-time. As I said, Pia is going to talk about the part-time. I'm going to highlight some facts about our MBA full-time. Okay, admission requirements. You'll need a bachelor's degree, a minimum of 2 years professional experience post-bachelor's, English at C1 level, and there's various equivalents for this. One of them is IELTS 7. If your undergraduate degree is not business related or finance related, or even your master's degree, some people do have the master's, then you will need to provide a GMAT or equivalent. And there are various equivalents for this as well. We run our own GMAT equivalent, which is the ESB Business Administration Test, which is the BAT. Okay. The deadline is 1st of July for international applicants or those who have a bachelor's degree from outside of Germany, 1st of August for those with a German bachelor's degree. We have 1 intake per year, every end of September, start of October. This coming intake will be the 29th of September. We run a 3-semester program, 18 months, and this includes, which is quite unusual for an MBA program, this includes an integrated company work placement and project. The total credits you will receive are 90. The language of instruction is English, but if you do not have C1 level German, you are obliged to take part in compulsory German classes throughout the year that you are on campus. We only have 25 places per year, so you know, my advice is to apply as early as possible. The cost is, as you can see there, around about 3,400 per semester. So that amount times 3 per semester. Okay, this is a bit more of a breakdown of our program. So everyone's coming to us with different amounts of experience, professional experience as well as academic. So to bring everybody up to the same level, the first semester introduces does the fundamental courses in accounting and finance, you know, supply chain management, strategy, leadership, law, and of course your German classes are running in parallel. So that semester takes you from October to mid-February. Then there is a semester break until mid-March. Summer semester will start in mid-March, and you will have already chosen your 4 specialization subjects. You will be introduced to business research methods, which is going to help you to write your thesis later on. And you will continue with your German classes. Then pretty much when your last elective is finished, depending on which electives you have chosen, some finish earlier or later than others, you can, if you're organized enough, jump straight into your company placement. And you're obliged to do 3 months. You can do longer. This is all on you, how you negotiate with your company of choice. In the 3rd semester as well, you are going to write your master's thesis, and you are allowed 3 months to do so. You can extend for a semester if you think, I really want to use this time in the company extend your 3 months to 6 months. You can extend yours to a full semester for around about €500, and you can write your thesis in that full semester. Okay, but it should fit in nicely that you can finish in 3 semesters. Here's just a breakdown of the current elective choices you'll see in the middle block. So we've got finance in there, we've got entrepreneurship, we've got sustainability, we've got data-driven marketing, we've got DEI, which is a hot topic at the moment, data analytics, sustainability dynamics, and business models for a circular economy, which is a very popular specialization subject that we run. Okay, so then you've got 1 year on campus. The first semester is doing your core subjects. The second semester is doing your specialization subjects, deep diving into the areas you could possibly write a thesis in or go away and, do your company project on. This is just a breakdown of the core subjects, what they actually called, but I think I've already gone over that with you. The successful application, so who should apply? Basically, university graduates with a bachelor's degree, at least 2 years professional experience. We have every year, the average range is different. So this last intake the range was 2 to 15 years. So one at the very lower end and one at the very higher end. But usually 5 or 6 years work experience is average. Most importantly, a need or desire to expand your knowledge and experience for your career. And you really are coming to us because you want to either pivot your career, try something new, or you're really wanting to stay in the area that you're in and take on international management responsibility. Okay, just very quickly, if you are interested, you simply have to apply on our homepage. There's the link there, and you'll get all this information afterwards. And just to summarize, when you apply, you'd have to upload the documents, your CV, a 1-page motivation letter, a copy of your bachelor's, GMAT or equivalent, if necessary, verification of 2 years professional experience, and if your undergraduate degree was not conducted in English, then proof of C1 English. And if all of that is complete, we would invite you to a selection interview. And if you pass the selection interview, you receive an admission letter and you can start the enrollment process. Okay, I'm not going to go into anything else. You're going to need to verify your international bachelor's degree. If your bachelor's degree is from India, Vietnam, or China, you're going to need APS verification of your bachelor's, and all applicants with a foreign first degree must apply to Studienkolleg Konstanz in the south of Germany. They help us in verifying all of the international bachelor's degrees. Okay, here's just some of our alumni, where they're placed and what they're doing. An international bunch, as you can see, Bosch, EY, Zoe, 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥, the companies that I mentioned before. And according to function, of course, this does depend on what experience our students come to us with, so what background and what areas they want to go into. But we took the last 156 alumni and looked at where they have actually found positions, and a lot or most have gone into marketing and sales, management and leadership, finance and controlling. Okay, just to highlight two alumni. Elliot, who's started up his own company, he really went down the entrepreneurship route. He got in touch with our Centre for Entrepreneurship here on campus with a business plan, an idea, and with a lot of hard work and initiative, he managed to set up his own company recycling plastic bottles, based in Berlin currently, but he's helped you know, the sustainability or plastic problem in Nigeria, and doing very well by all standards. And then Rania, she also is one of our successful graduates who is, she came to us with more of a scientific background, and she retrained, reskilled, got her MBA with us, and went to Bosch, managed to find a career at Bosch in the e-bike systems there. So she's project lead currently at Bosch e-bike systems. Okay. And this is me. So if you've got any questions about the program, you can contact me via email or via LinkedIn. That's the QR code that takes you straight to our homepage. I'll just leave that up there for a second. And I see that Sam has joined us. Sam from Mexico, our current student, he's here after Pia has talked about part-time to answer any questions you might have about the MBA full-time. Yeah, Sam's currently in the second semester elective phase.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. All right, Pia.
Thank you very much, Emma. Hello, everybody from my side. I am Pia, responsible for the recruiting in our MBA International Management part-time program, as well as being in charge of the academic program coordination. So as the name already says, we are a part-time program, which is one of the major differences to our full-time program. Next slide, Emma, please. So talking about the MBA part-time at a glance, here we have some key facts. In total, it gets you 90 ECTS. We have 24 months of study time on campus in Reutlingen, plus or including time for writing the master thesis. So that means you are 30 weekends overall on campus in Reutlingen, and additional 4 block weeks for the whole program. It's not an all English program, it's a German and English program, and we have tuition fees of 14,750 euro, which gives you 2,990 euros per semester, plus the costs for the study abroad and the semester contribution. As a breakdown of the program, we have semester 1 for doing the foundation. So you get basic knowledge of market-oriented management and accounting, as well as international negotiation skills. In semester 2 and 3, we continue with the foundation, but we also do a specialization by having some electives. So you learn everything about development of market leadership strategies, as well as digital and sustainable corporate strategies. Again, in semester 2 or 3 and 2, we have several electives. Semester 4, we have business integrity and law, and again, some electives for your individual profile development. What is our target group? We have our target group is professionals in permanent employment with or without an international outlook. You need at least 1 year of professional experience post-bachelor. In average, we talk about 3.7 years, which of our current student cohort. That's a breakdown of our core modules in semester 1. you have market-oriented management, managerial and financial accounting, as well as negotiation across borders. Semester 2, you learn everything about economics of firms and markets, business finance, strategic and sustainability management. Semester 3, it's leadership, organizational behavior and change, digital business strategies and digital entrepreneurship. And in semester 4, there are 2 modules remaining: business process management simulation and international business law. In semester 5, you can write your master thesis, but you also have the time in semester 4 to write the master thesis already in semester 4. That's a breakdown of our electives you can choose for your individual profile. There you have the possibility to choose between, for example, economic policy, sports management, international financial decision making, advanced law for managers, future thinking, or business digitization. The one or the other elective, in the meantime, we have together with the MBA full-time program, so you can have the classes together with them. Since many years, we have a blended learning system, which means you have classes on site on the campus in Reutlingen during the weekends. But on the evenings, throughout the week, you have approximately 2 hours per week remote contact seminars.
Okay.
Next slide, Emma. One major part of our program is the study abroad. You do not have to go abroad for 1 semester, but approximately between 1 week and 4 weeks to one of our partner universities. There you can choose between Canada, Croatia, France, India, Luxembourg, Netherlands, South Africa, South Korea, or also the US. All our partner universities are also AACSB accredited and do have a very high quality standard. So as I previously mentioned, you can choose between 1 or 4 weeks, depending to which university you go. So the module abroad is flexible with regards to its duration and time, and in which semester you implement the study abroad. So it is tailored precisely to your situation, in which career phase you are or in which private situation you are. So during your study abroad, you can network with professionals in other countries, and the stay abroad expands definitely your alumni network of the part-time students.
Yeah, and if I may just say this, couple of these options are open to our MBA full-time students if, timing allowed, if the time is right. A lot of these programs have to be squeezed in perhaps between the other electives that have been chosen. But there is a possibility for MBA full-time students to go abroad.
What are the admission requirements in a nutshell? So you need a completed university studies, at least an undergraduate degree or equivalent, from either a German university or a foreign university. So if you have a bachelor's from a foreign university, also for the part-time, you need the recognition of the Studienkolleg Konstanz. At least you need 1 year qualified professional experience after completion of the undergraduate degree. I apologize, I missed to change it in that part. So you also need a successful aptitude test in the context of an online interview. You need German and English language proficiency, German C1 and English B2 level, according to the European Framework of References of Languages. We do have 2 intakes a year, one for the summer semester, one in winter semester, where the application deadline is February 15th or August 15th, respectively.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Pia and Emma, for that interesting presentations. So I see, Emma, you already mentioned that Sam joined us. I also can see that 𝘗𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘵 joined us. I'm not sure whether I pronounced his name correctly. You can feel free to correct me.
Yeah, maybe they can just briefly introduce themselves. Sam, would that be?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Sure. Everyone can hear me, right?
Yeah, great.
Okay, excellent. So my name is Sam. I'm from Mexico. So before joining the program, I was working as a software developer for 4 years. So I'm currently on my second semester. So if anyone has any questions, just let me know.
Great. And Satvik?
Hi, I'm Sam's classmate. I'm also in the second semester. So you absolutely named it right. It's 𝘗𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘵𝘪𝘶. I come from India with a mechanical engineering background. I have more than 4 years of work experience as an operations manager. Now at the second semester, I'm also working here part-time in different jobs. It's a really very good experience at ESB. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. We actually have a couple of questions. I will maybe start with one that should be fairly easy to answer. So there's a question, are the applications fully digital? I guess Pia or Emma, you can chime in.
Yes and no. We're trying our very best. The initial application to the program is digital, at least in the MBA full-time case. You do, however, still have to send all of these documents via post at some stage in the enrollment. Yeah, and if you have any questions on that, both Sam and Satvik have been through all of that.
Yeah, and it's similar for the part-time program. So the application is fully digital, but once you want to enroll, we need the, let's call it, hard copies on site here in Reutlingen. So it's, let's say, semi-digital.
Okay, great, thanks. So the next question refers to the full-time program. So is it still possible to work part-time during the studies, or is the course so much intensive that no time is left for it? I don't know, maybe, yes, Sam, you can answer that.
Oh, Sam, we can't.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
So for the first semester, I really don't recommend it. You know, it's very heavy and it's the fundamentals of business. So in my opinion, no, I wouldn't recommend it. So maybe the second semester, I think. I don't know what Satvik thinks.
So his question was regarding the work, or?
Yeah, whether it's recommended to work part-time in the program.
Yeah, everybody has a different thing. So if you're already familiar with all the subjects like the finance, accounts, business strategy, if you're already familiar, you can definitely go ahead and work. I was also working part-time, working on Sundays and Saturdays, of course, during the first semester. So if you have that edge, you don't have to sit every day focusing on all the subjects. If you can catch the professors really well, you can go ahead and work on a part-time. So it's not that hectic, but at the same time, you need to focus on your studies.
Yeah, it's a very
Not too easy.
it's a very individual question. Some people need more time as well to acclimatize, get used to the culture and the way of teaching and learning here, especially in an MBA program. So it's an individual. Certainly the second semester eases up a little bit. So yes, I would say if, then probably in the second semester you're entitled to, and you can if you want to work part-time.
Okay, so the next question is addressed to Pia and Emma. It's kind of a specific question. So someone asked, I wonder if my bachelor is not from the related discipline, but I perfectly meet the other requirements. Will it affect my admission chances? Will other candidates be prioritized?
Shall I go, Pia?
Yes.
Yeah. In terms of your discipline, that's one of the factors that we take into consideration, what your background degree is. But we level it up because if you don't have that business or finance background, you have to take a GMAT, at least for MBA full-time, you have to take a GMAT or equivalent anyway. So, which kind of prepares you a little bit for the MBA requirements.
So for the part-time, we do not require a GMAT, and our program is open to all backgrounds. So we mostly have scientific or engineering background, but we also have economic background. But it is not relevant whether you have an economic or a scientific background.
And I think for both programs, we try to get a good balance of professional backgrounds, because you're really learning from your peers as well as from the professors.
Okay, then there's a question regarding language requirements. I am not from an English-speaking country, but I did my undergraduate studies in the US. Do I still need the proof of English?
No. That's it right there. If you studied in English, in an English-speaking, if your bachelor's degree was conducted in English, you do not need proof of English, at least not for us. You have to check what you need for your visa. But for us and our admission requirements, you do not need proof of English. And Satvik is very much, you did your undergraduate. Most of our Indians have done their undergraduate in English, and so that's waived straight away, proof of English.
Even for visa, I was advised by our consultancy that you need an IELTS or something, but I didn't take any of those exam because I had a letter from ESB and my university that he has done his bachelor's in English, and ESB also gave me a letter saying that he doesn't need IELTS exam as he already qualified the English requirement. So you can take all those extra measures, of course.
Yeah, we can provide any letters that that state it's not required for our program, and that usually works for the visa application.
Okay, then there's a question Sam actually partly answered, but I will still read it out. So what are the class sizes of both full and part-time programs? Sam mentioned that there are 32 in the full-time program. I don't know whether you want to add whether there's a general kind of maximum number. I think you said it's 25, right? So
yeah, we have 25 for the first semester we can take in, and then we have a partner school where we invite transfer students to come. It's actually, we have 26 regular students and 4 transfer students. So actually, Sam, it's 30, but maybe you're counting the MBA part-time students that take part in.
Okay, yeah. I would check in the WhatsApp group we have, so just to double check, and it was 32. But yeah, I mean, at first in the first semester, you will have more classmates, but in the second one, you choose elective, so it will depend on the elective you choose. And sometimes you will have also classmates from IB, for example, for social entrepreneurship, I believe. That is
That's
my case.
yeah,
So
that's
maybe that's important if you know more international German students, let's say.
yeah. So you're taking part in a university-run social entrepreneurship course, and that's open to all the programs at the university. And so you're mixed a little bit more with our bachelor students.
Exactly. Yeah, most of the class are Germans, but the class is in English.
And you're also mixing in your German classes, you're mixing with other university students
Yeah.
as well.
True.
And
But
in
the
the
elective sizes are smaller than your regular first semester core classes, generally.
And for the MBA part-time, we have per intake between 15 and 22 students.
Okay, there's another question from the same person. Are there any content-related differences between the two programs, so between the full-time and the part-time program?
Generally, I think our core subjects are, we try and keep those the same. There may be slightly different elective streams, elective courses. And also in our MBA full-time program, you have an integrated company placement. So that's a different aspect to our MBA full-time. But would you say, Pia, I think they're pretty similar subjects, and also you have the opportunity to choose some of our part-time subjects, and our part-time students can choose some of our full-time electives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are actually no further questions in the question box. So I just wanted, since we have a little bit of time, maybe Sam and Satvik, do you want to maybe share a little bit about like how the student life is at ESB, or maybe how's your general impression of like coming to Germany to study here? Maybe that might be interesting for other international students who consider coming to Germany.
You want to go ahead, Sam?
You want to start? I mean, it's fine for me.
Yeah, I would say all the experiences, it's completely dependent on you. They have a lot of doors open. I mean, there are a lot of extracurricular activities you can participate into. There are a lot of competitions going on in the campus. There are a lot of fests, the parties. It's a really, I felt it's a very good experience. I mean, I didn't felt even once that I was being left out or something like that. It was the whole semester we were all busy with the subjects as well as the extracurricular activities, all those things. So it completely depends on you. The first day you come, you have to enter, I mean, at almost every places. Knock on the door and you will get
Yeah, I think you
welcome
pretty
everywhere.
much joined all of the clubs.
Yeah,
Sadly.
yeah. The consulting club, the investment club, the sports club, and the music club. There are a lot of clubs. You can join every of the clubs, and you will also get the recommendations letter, experience letter. You can do very good networking here, because in all those clubs you will have people already working for companies, and inside the companies they already have some good network. So if you uh, be friends with them, you can reach out to companies in a different way, and so it really helps. So it's everything is on you. How would you approach the system? That's all I would say.
Yeah.
And the language, of course. If you have German proficiency, that's really perfect. If you don't,
Yeah, I mean, maybe I can add what Satvik is saying. I mean, in my experience, all the people here in ESB are, very helpful if you need any help or whatever you need. I mean, they're very open to help. And of course, having German classes is a huge plus, Also, the installations are very nice. You know, if you get a dorm here, you know, it's just some couple steps to the class, so it's great. And yeah, I mean, so far the experience is excellent.
And are there any, tips and advice if you know, on getting those things? I'm just going back to the enrollment stage. So once you've got your letter accepting you to the program, what would you say, in order of priority, what's really important, to get things moving?
I think the certification with Constance, what the name of the institution, right? So I think, yeah, because in Mexico, the post service is very slow. So compared to Germany. So, and you need that physical document, you know, they cannot send you by email. So I would say that would be my first step to do all that constant certification process. So you have that paper ready. I will also recommend to, if possible, to arrive to Germany earlier than your classes, you know, like 1 month before or 2 weeks at least. This is basically for setting everything up before the classes start, because when the classes start, you know, some of them are very long. So you won't have a lot of time to set up your things. So yeah, if you can arrive earlier, and very important also, apply for the dorms, because they have a huge demand and it's not that easy to get a place near the school. So yeah, I think those are my basic tips.
Great tips.
And the first thing I would say is to apply for student dorms, because after you get the acceptance, that's when you get the best experience in the student dorms. The aquariums, the number 65, 63, all those dorms are really wonderful. You get a mix of people all over from the globe, US, UK, Asians, Europeans, everybody is there. So if you get an accommodation in this student dorms, that will be really nice. So
And is
make
there
sure you apply at the beginning.
is there a special, trick? You have every 2 weeks you have to keep re-registering, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It was just for the aquarium. I mean, aquarium has a
No.
huge rush. Aquarium is a nice building. It's a glass building where I'm also living right now. It's really good building. So, but it has a lot of rush. Everybody wants to get into aquarium. So I think it starts on every April. Now, I think it's already 1 or 2 months. So you have to apply at the beginning, get your applications, and every 15 days they will send you a mail, and you have to, it might be in your junks. So go and see that, and you have to click on it just to be on the line, you know. So, but it's really fun being in the student campus.
Yeah, exactly. That's very important. So when you apply, first of all, you need, of course, the acceptance letter from the university. After that, you can apply to the dorms. You cannot do it before that. So when you apply to the dorms, assuming you are accepted, you know, and you're in the line, you will be sent, as Sadvik said, emails every 2 weeks, something like that. I mean, they will say you anyway. So you will need to be very alert of that, because if you don't confirm that link, you know, every time they send the email, you are out of the queue. So yeah, that's very important. So,
and the city is also very nice. Reutlingen, it's very cool. It's a really nice city.
and also it's very near Stuttgart and Tübingen, and you can just take a train, and in 10 minutes and then 30, I believe, to Stuttgart, or 40, you will get there.
Yeah, so the thing is, really, the quicker you get, unfortunately, our enrollment portal only opens up on the 1st of May, which is a little bit late. But as soon as you can, send all of your documents. As soon as you can, apply for your visa. There is, in September, there is an integration course, a language and cultural language course that you can take part in, but that's pretty early on in September. So there's a lot more advantages, as Sam said, to getting here earlier, as well as taking part in this course and meeting other students from outside of your MBA program as well.
There is one more question, Emma. I think it's about German course.
Yes, this is what I also just saw. So there's a follow-up question. Are the intensive German courses offered by the school?
Yeah. So we run ESB, intensive German classes, which you have to take part in, but the international office, which is part of the university, also run German classes.
Rio.
I don't think you'll have time to take these classes on top of your MBA German classes, but in the second semester, it's certainly possible. You know, if you have a little bit more time, you can take double. You can take those extra classes as well. And what other options are there, Satvik, in terms of learning German?
We are already taking we are also, it's called Rio classes, the international office. In there, you can also get a tandem partner. If you want to, if you say you are expert in this language, you will get a German speaking partner. You can speak with him or her also as well. In the Rio class, it's very easy. You have to get registered in, it's called Relax here. And if you're in ESB will get to know all about that system. It's really easy. You have to get registered into Relax, and you have similar, but I think it's quite a better course. It's more structured.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get more exposure into those Rio classes.
Okay, yeah, so there's plenty of opportunity for learning German. And also in your accommodation, there may be some German students from, elsewhere in Germany.
I think a lot of students.
Yeah.
A lot of German students are there. And
Okay, so I'm not sure if any of our panelists has to add something. Because if not, I would slowly wrap it up. So Emma, do you have to add something?
No, I was just going to say, the stars of the show, Sam and Satvik, if you've got anything, last, a final word to say to our potential applicants, what advice would you give, or is there anything that comes to mind, or have you said it all? What would you say that, when you get here, I would say, to go ahead, take the chance, try something new. When you get here, be open to different experiences, to learning new things, and just come with an open mind and an open heart. And then, our MBA program will be the right choice for you. And if you have any questions, I'm sure Sam or Satvik will be happy to answer them. Any queries about applying, or you can get in touch with me. Looking forward to your applications. That's my final word.
great.
Okay, so also from my side, thank you very much to our panelists. Thank you for attending.